and discovering that every news channel, every social media platform, and every notification on your phone suddenly became positive. No scandals, no outrage, no disasters, no fear. At first it sounds peaceful, but something strange would happen. Most people would get bored, because the human brain is deeply addicted to danger. That's why people doom scroll for hours. That's why negative headlines spread faster than positive ones. That's why millions of people constantly consume information that makes them anxious. The modern world calls it staying informed. But biologically, your brain thinks it's preparing for survival. The ancient survival system. To understand why humans obsess over bad news, we need to go back to prehistoric life. Imagine two ancient humans walking through a forest. One notices every possible danger, strange sounds, movement in the bushes, signs of predators, changes in the weather. The other ignores everything and focuses only on positive things. Which one survives longer? Evolution rewarded the anxious observer, because in nature, missing danger could get you killed. Missing good news rarely mattered. This created what psychologists call negativity bias. Your brain automatically prioritizes threatening information over positive information. That's why criticism hurts more than compliments feel good. That's why people remember embarrassing moments for years. That's why negative headlines grab your attention instantly. Your nervous system evolved to scan for problems before pleasure. Why fear feels addictive. Now here's where things become dangerous. Fear doesn't just capture attention, it chemically activates the brain. When humans encounter potential danger, the body releases adrenaline, cortisol, dopamine. Yep, dopamine? Because your brain rewards you for paying attention to survival threats. That means negative news creates stimulation, and stimulation can become addictive. This is why people repeatedly check frightening headlines, even when the information makes them miserable. Their nervous system becomes trapped in a loop. Fear, relief, curiosity, repeat. Modern media understands this perfectly, because attention grows where emotion intensifies. The doom-scrolling machine. Social media platforms discovered something terrifying about human psychology. Calm information spreads slowly, but outrage spreads instantly. Fear keeps people engaged. That's why algorithms prioritize emotionally charged content. Every shocking headline, every argument, every crisis keeps your nervous system activated. Your brain starts believing the world is constantly collapsing, even if your immediate environment is perfectly safe. This creates a psychological mismatch. Your body exists in a quiet room, but your nervous system feels like it's surviving a global emergency every day. That's why modern anxiety feels so overwhelming. Your ancient survival brain was never designed to process the suffering of millions of strangers simultaneously. The social side of fear. Humans also use fear socially. Throughout history, sharing danger information helped tribes survive. If someone discovered a predator near the river, spreading that information protected the group. Today, gossip, outrage, and panic often serve the same social function. People bond through shared emotional intensity. That's why controversial stories dominate conversations. Fear creates tribal unity. It gives people a common enemy. And in America especially, modern media has transformed fear into entertainment. Politics becomes warfare. News becomes spectacle. Social media becomes emotional combat. Your nervous system stays trapped in permanent hypervigilance. The cost of constant fear. The problem is that the human body was designed for temporary stress, not endless stress. Ancient fear usually ended quickly. You escaped the predator. You survived the storm. You returned to safety. But modern fear never fully stops. There is always another headline, another controversy, another crisis. And over time, chronic stress physically changes the body. Sleep suffers, focus collapses, anxiety increases, burnout spreads. The very survival mechanism designed to protect humans slowly begins destroying their peace, reclaiming your mind. So how do we break free? First, understand that your brain is not broken. It's ancient. Your nervous system evolved for survival in a dangerous world. Second, stop confusing information consumption with control. Many people doom scroll because uncertainty feels uncomfortable, but constant fear rarely creates clarity. It usually creates paralysis. Third, become intentional about what enters your mind, because your attention shapes your emotional reality. If you constantly consume outrage, your nervous system begins expecting danger everywhere. And finally, reconnect with physical reality. Go outside, talk to real people, experience life beyond screens. Because most modern fear exists digitally. Your body often feels safer than your phone makes it seem. Closing humans survived because they paid attention to danger, but in the modern world, danger became content. And now millions of people are unknowingly addicted to emotional alarm systems that never turn off. That's why bad news feels impossible to ignore. That's why doom scrolling feels hypnotic. That's why peace sometimes feels strangely boring. Your brain evolved to survive predators. It never evolved to survive infinite information. And maybe true intelligence in the modern world is not learning how to consume more fear, but learning when to disconnect from it. If you enjoyed this deep dive into human psychology, subscribe to Next Level for more videos about the hidden systems controlling modern behavior. And in the comments below, tell us honestly, what kind of bad news keeps pulling your attention back? Stay calm, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next one.